I remember one day we came to one of our regular morning prayer meetings, somewhat depressed and heavy. And we just couldn't get rolling. We couldn't get untracked. And someone mentioned about the fellowship 13 miles away that was going through extraordinary satanic harassment. And then someone mentioned about the community where the kids go to school 8 miles away, Cass Lake, where it's 50% or more Chippewa Indian, and how they have a totem pole and all kinds of satanic things, and the medicine men and beating drums and all kinds of occultic things were happening. And then we said, hey, and what are we going through? For the last few days, there's been a heavy, oppressive atmosphere in this entire fellowship. And we all of a sudden became conscious that we were being beset upon by demonic power. I said, okay, hey, let's face up to this in prayer. And we started to pray very feebly. But we were beset about by demon powers. Some prayed, some were silent, some looked religious, some were completely out of it, didn't know what to do. Some were just waiting for the moment to pass, just like any other fellowship. And I stopped them. I said, if our life depended on your response right now, we would be dead. If this is as much prayer as you can muster, we're finished. I said, if we were pioneers and we were crossing through the desert and we were being attacked by Indians and we turned our wagons in a circle and you guys were defending yourselves physically as you're doing now spiritually, we'd be dead. Some of you would have your arms folded as the arrows, flaming arrows, would be whizzing right through. I said, let's get with it. My God, this is life or death. And evidently that spurred them and we began to pray. And something began to move and to work where the heat of one began to ignite another. So within the space of minutes, there was a conflagration in prayer. The room was shaken in which we prayed. Men were lashing out with their fists. I had a duck as the arms were whizzing all over my head as guys were really battling with these powers and letting them have it. And some were on their knees, some were on their faces, some were stretched out prostrate, some were gushing in tears, some were powerfully. If you had walked into that room, you would have thought, this is an insane asylum. You have never seen men and women together in such a posture of prayer, engaged in spirit battle. And as this thing was gaining momentum, I had a sense that when we first began, the demonic host was looking down upon us and saying, ha ha ha, the Ben Israel fellowship, ha ha. But as we commenced praying, I saw that smile wither and turn to fright. And this demonic thing began backing up as the velocity and the intensity of our prayer mounted. And then I saw at a given moment he really panicked and began to flee. And I saw that we were pursuing in prayer until there came a moment like a great fist went, pow, right through the smog, right through the clouds, right through all of the coagulated things, and broke through, and the whole demonic host just was scattered all over the place. And at that very moment we began to laugh. First from this corner, then from that, and from here. That those who were really swinging were now just giggling, laughing, holding their mouths, and we were just roaring with laughter. Not because anyone told us, but because in the realm of spirit where we all were, we knew that a victory had been obtained.